Hi, welcome to another edition of Seven's Pinballorama. It's Arts and Crafts Day. I'm going to do something a little bit different that doesn't relate to pinball, but kind of relates to pinball. I collect, besides pinball machines and other tomfoolery, I collect lava lamps. You do what you do, right? So, lava lamps. There's even one over there. And I don't know, I probably have like 30 some odd lava lamps of various sizes and ages and colors and whatever. So I have them sort of displayed out in my living room. And when you get too many lava lamps, you have to kind of stagger them so you can see them all, right? So I had this idea, okay, well, I'll go to like a thrift store or something and I'll buy some round glass vases. They make some, they're like this big around and, about this tall or something. And I could put the lava lamp on top of that. And as you can see, it works, right? That's nice. You can see them all. See the splendor of lava. Yeah, but I kind of thought it would look a little bit better if they were actually kind of a mirrored looking type surface, right? And it would reflect the other lamps and we get some colors down there from the reflections and things. So how does this relate to pinball? So a lot of backglasses have a mirrored effect on them. And I'm thinking on my Black Knight retheme that I'm going to do a custom backglass. Now, how am I going to do that? And I thought, okay, I'm going to maybe I'll work out the thing in Photoshop. I'll take it to a print shop. I'll have them printed on some sort of a translite or something and done. But the original Black Knight had mirrored effects on it, right? So how do I get the mirrored effects on the new glass? And I thought, okay, well, maybe I can have them, in my Photoshop file, I can identify where the mirrored is. Maybe I can make a stencil, put that down on the glass first, and then use some of that spray can stuff that when you spray it on glass and reverse it, it looks just like a mirror. So I'm going to have to test that. I'm going to have to see, can I stencil it? What can I do with this spray on mirrored stuff? There's a couple of companies that make this. Krylon makes something called Looking Glass. And then Rust-Oleum makes French mirror effect. Are they the same? Are they a little bit different? Is one better than the other? So I want to test that. Also on back glasses, sometimes they get scratched, right? So can we fix that? If so, do we have to spray it? Or can we spray some of this junk into like a little container and use a brush and actually brush it on? So that's kind of what this video is about. I was gonna just test this anyway. So we might as well film it and maybe you guys can get some use out of it. So the things we're going to try today are we're going to see what they both look like sprayed. Are they the same or are they different? Which one's better? I bought some mirrors, so I'm going to scratch them and we'll see if we can tell the difference where we're kind of tried to fix it with this stuff. Can we make stencils? So can I use Frisket to make a little stencil and spray it? Will it leak under? How much do I spray? Is it better if I just spray a little bit or a lot or whatever? And can I use masking tape or maybe something else to make a stencil with that will work? How much do we need? So these cans are really expensive. They're, I think they're like 18 bucks each. One of them I got at a craft store and it was 20 bucks. I had 50% off, so it was 10 bucks. But and they're little cans, so I don't want to have to spray like 18 coats of this junk. So can I just spray one coat and then maybe use black behind it? And that opens up another question. If I spray this stuff down, once it's dry and it's got its mirror effect, what happens if I put Krylon triple thick on it? Is that going to cause it to wrinkle? Is it going to damage it? What about other paints? Are they going to interact with it in a negative way? What else am I going to cover? I think that's about it. Oh, I also want to see, a lot of back glasses have already been sprayed with Krylon triple thick. So I've got this little piece of glass. I've already sprayed it with Krylon here. So we'll see how it reacts. If it gets kind of a good mirror finish or if it just ends up looking like kind of silver. And we'll figure out some more tests and things like that to as we kind of go along. But those are the main points I want to see. And also, can I brush it? That's an important thing, because if you've got damaged area and you've got all these little scratches and stuff, you masking it on something that is, maybe the ink is already flaking, you don't want to mask it, right? You could spray it with Krylon, but then we have to test to see how it looks on top of Krylon. So I think all of this will be beneficial, if not fun. And then at the end of it, just for fun, I have my old crap board, and I talked about making another board for general things, but I think I'm just going to have one aw crap board. I'll include my Black Knight failures in it and any other failures. So I'm going to spruce up my aw crap board and make it all mirrored and pretty, and then it'll be a permanent fixture. So that's that. So why don't we start with just spraying this stuff on glass. We'll spray both of them. We'll let it dry. We'll take a look at it at one coat and see how it looks. Okay, I prepped, where am I looking? I'm looking here. Okay, I've prepped my glass, and I've marked off a section for the Krylon and for the Rust-Oleum. I've cleaned the backside really well. This is just painter's masking tape kind of thing. And then I've also got these little frisket, little stencil-y things down there. We'll see how that works. Up along the top is where I've already sprayed the Krylon triple thick. This side doesn't have anything, and then just for fun I put a little piece of just Scotch tape kind of stuff, transparent tape, just to see how that works as a masking agent. Up here might be a little bit difficult because I'm spraying half with one and half with the other, so I'm not really sure how I think I'll spray them across or something. That'll give us a good enough idea. I have my two mirrors, so let's damage our mirrors. Let's put a big K in this one. Yay! Wrecking stuff! I'm actually not going through the mirrored finish. Just in case. I brought sandpaper. Of course, that doesn't work. Now it's all like foggy and stuff. There we go. And Rust-Oleum. All right, that's probably damaged enough. Look, scratches. Okay, and then I've also prepped for painting with a brush. So I just put some yellow and black paint pen stuff on there just to work as my guideline, just to see. And then we'll take this off. We'll look at the opposite side and see how that works. To catch it, I'm just going to spray some extra in these spray paint can top thingies. I've had mirror all over me. Let's do Krylon first. So Krylon actually says in the instructions, both of them are basically the same. You want to do 5 light coats, let them dry, about a minute to a few minutes in between coats. And then once you've got that done, you're done. And Krylon actually says when you're done, to protect it, to spray it with one of their, what did they, it was, maybe it was Rust-Oleum. It was Rust-Oleum actually that says to spray it with, apply a thin coat of Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover 2x matte clear or flat black to the painted side. So that's positive that we can apply other paints. I think they're probably going to be about the same, but let's try it. maybe I'll kind of just go across like that. And across on this side. And like that, and a little in there, and then quickly, crappy brush. Oh, that doesn't paint. You have to kind of blob it on. I think painting with a brush is going to be a complete failure. But we'll see. That's why we do the test. All right, first coat of Krylon is down. Let's do the Rust-Oleum. Ah. Different brush. Okay, we'll let these dry and we'll come back and we'll hit them again. Oh, you know what? Actually, I screwed up. I want to do single coat, double coat, triple coat, so I need more paint. Get out of the way. Okay, now we'll let them dry. Okay, second coat. Here we go. Krylon. I want to try and get just the middle. No, actually I want those, both of those. Ew. Oh, and I'm not even going to bother with spraying more of the Krylon. It has reacted to the Krylon that's already down, and it just looks like silver paint. So, what are you going to do? Rust-Oleum. I didn't spray that, did I? Sprayed. Coat 2. Okay. Okay, third coat. Krylon. Rust-Oleum. I think those are probably too heavy, but what are you going to do? One thing that I have noticed is that when I scratched all this stuff off of here, I had a lot of little particles and dust on my surface, and it's all in here now. So I can actually see little like fish eyes kind of things. Also on my painted surface, I'll do a close-up of this later, but the Krylon reacted to the paint pen paint and just demolished it. The Rust-Oleum was actually a little bit better. And then I just sort of dabbed a little extra down below to see how it works out. It's okay, but it looks hazy. It's not like a great mirrored surface, but we'll look at that closer later. And you can actually, it's kind of cool when it dries, you can actually watch it dry because you can watch it evaporating and changing color as it goes. It's kind of neat, actually. All right, let's let this dry and see where we're at. Our third coat is dry. So let's see how it looks. So it's kind of, you know, I'm not super impressed. I mean, it's sort of mirrory. It's also sort of hazy. It's not a mirror. It's not like what you would expect, I guess. But in their defense, they actually say to use 5 coats. So I'm going to continue on in this corner here. I'm going to put down 2 more coats on both of these, and we'll see how that looks. And then we'll actually spray some more paint on top of this and see what happens to it. Right now, I'm not blown away, but you know, that's why we do tests, right? So light behind it, I noticed that it's not stopping light. So if this were a pinball glass, you'd see light behind it. So you definitely need something dark behind this. My Krylon test, it just, with Krylon down first, yeah, it's just kind of a mess. Compared to even just where I only sprayed 1 coat, you can definitely tell the difference. So let's spray some more, and then we'll see where we are at that point. Rust-Oleum, no, Krylon. Let's do Krylon. So here's something that's happening. It is on both sides. It's starting to melt my frisket. Where it's lighter, it seems okay, but the more that I'm putting down, the more it's sort of wrecking it. Up here, it's actually bonding, still bonding where I need my line for the Krylon, but on the Rust-Oleum, it's just melting the whole thing. So I guess that's something that you have to kind of keep in mind. Anyway, so let's do our 5th and final coat and see what we do next. 5th coat is dry. It's better. It's definitely better. I don't know how well you can see this. Maybe down here. So you can, yeah, it's mirror-y, right? You gotta go over here. Hey, you can see my cameras. Overall, I mean, up close and personal, this would be, if you have a friend who's like super OCD and likes things cleaned, make them a mirror out of this stuff, because it looks like a mirror that really needs to be wiped down. That's what it looks like. It looks like, even I want to like take some Windex or something and clean it off. Yeah, I'm not super impressed. Now, I followed the directions, and they said to clean your glass surface with glass cleaner and, make sure that it's nice and clean, but it looks like maybe it wasn't clean enough. So maybe it's got some residue on it still. So during my arts and crafts period, I think what I'll do is maybe I'll try and use something like naphtha, which, with enough naphtha, you can fix the world. Naphtha will get rid of any residue that's on there. And maybe that'll give us some better results. So our light test, it's actually better. Here it is without, can you see this? Yes, you can see that. Here it is without, or with just the 1 coat. Here's the 2 coats, and then there's the 5 coats. So it's definitely better, but if you use this on a pinball glass, you're gonna see the light through it. So for our next test, why don't I'm gonna mask off a particular area, and then we'll hit it with black paint. That'll tell us if it will react to more paint on top of it. And also if adding black to it will kind of help it be more opaque. Let's try it. Perfect. Get back there. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when it dries. Okay, I've peeled off my masking areas. Our black is pretty much dry. I actually thought I should probably hit this with Krylon now, the Krylon triple thick on top of it, just to kind of see. So right next to my black, there's a line right here of the Krylon triple thick. And when you look at the flip side, you can see there is, where the black went down, you can actually see a little there's a little bit of discoloration, so it looks like a crappy mirror, but a little bit more crappy on this side. Where the Krylon went down, you can see a little bit on the Rust-Oleum side. On the Krylon, what is it called? Mirror effect? No? What the hell are these things called? Looking glass. On the Krylon looking glass side, you can't tell the difference between either where I put down the triple thick or the paint. So overall though, the Rust-Oleum gives us a slightly better mirror finish. Let's see if I can put this down here where you can kind of see it. It's still not great though. And you know, if we compare it to, oh, actually let's look at our scratch tests. So the Rust-Oleum and the Krylon, put them down here so you can see them. You can tell that I have scratched them. We didn't get a whole lot of, yeah. And if you compared the mirror in a can to like a proper mirror, you can see that they're not, there's a big difference, right? It's not really a mirror in a can. It's kind of crap in a can. Oh, you know what? I was comparing the wrong size, but it doesn't make a difference. It's still kind of crap in a can. But for what it is, you know, an overpriced can of spray paint, and you need something that's sort of mirror-y, this might be your best bet, I guess. But let's not blame their products right away. It's entirely possible, because I've got sort of this haze going on, that maybe I didn't clean it well enough. So before I start shouting lies, my world is a lie, on my arts and crafts fair, then I'm going to actually try cleaning it with naphtha, because naphtha, not only does it with enough naphtha you can fix the world, but it should get rid of anything that's on there and not leave a residue. Maybe my my glass cleaner left a residue, and that's what's giving us a smoky haze. So my first test, not super impressed, but let's see if we can make a spectacular aw crap board. Aw, crap. You can't read it. I think I'm going to use masking tape.
With these headphones on, I'm tuning in. I'll just wait here for you to begin. But when I was ready, you turned shy, and you were not talking, but neither was I. So with these headphones on, I'm tuning in.
That actually looks pretty clean. All right, and the final touch. Can't have an aw crap board without stars.
I'm turning off this radio is down. It's far too late, and you're not around. But now that I'm turning off this thing, you're up there
It's actually going to look like the Harlem Globetrotters backglass. Awesome. Okay, let's look at our overall results. As mirrors go, your mirror, it makes the best mirror. This stuff, not particularly impressed. I mean, it's okay, but I'm not blown away. I was expecting more. So that's kind of upsetting. But if you have a big section of your backglass that is missing a big section of mirroring, this might be not a bad way to go. My only concern at this point, because I tested it on various other things, but I haven't tested it on actual backglass inks. So it might destroy them. If you were going to try it, I would take just a little corner and you know, spray some of the stuff on there and see what it does, because it did attack my frisket, and it really sort of melted that. So it may destroy ink. If I come across a backglass that is just kind of thrashed and I'm able to test it, I will, and we'll film that and we'll see what happens. But overall, yeah. So here are the results of just painting it, and it actually is, the Rust-Oleum is not too terribly bad. So I don't know if you can really kind of get a look at this. I'll just do a close-up insert of it. You can see the Krylon just ate at the paint, and it's possible maybe that paint wasn't all the way dry when I did this. But the Rust-Oleum, you know, it's okay. So if you did have a little spot that you just wanted to touch up, you could try the Rust-Oleum. But again, be careful of the inks. So here we go. The official new Aw Crap board. It's ugly. So I'll hang it up on the wall. It's not quite dry, but I'll hang it up on the wall and I'll add my marks to it. And this will be there for... You know what I really like about this is that one day this will end up at like a thrift store. And they're gonna look at it, and yeah, they won't know. They won't know what to think. That's my favorite thing about all of this, is that one day someone else will end up with it and just kind of go, "What the hell?" Okay, so those are my tests, and that's the end of this video. So if you like the video, as usual, subscribe or don't subscribe, or you know, leave comments or don't leave comments, or you know, I don't know, cut a potato in half and stick them in your cheeks. And no idea. Thanks for watching. Ah, crap. Perfect. 5, we got, let's see, 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait, I don't want that. Ah, crap, that's okay. Oop. Dun, dun, dun.